Group has been called visually stunning, wildly inventive, and hysterically funny. Although it's very difficult to describe, people of all ages have said that a Blue Man Group show is an intensely exciting and wildly outrageous experience with no spoken language. It's been popular in places like New York and Vegas for many years now. Now Blue Man Group comes to Erie tomorrow night as part of the Broadway in Erie series. Joining us tonight is a member of the Blue Man Group without his blue face. It's Ben Forster. Ben, welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. How do you describe to people what the Blue Man Group is?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. It's hard to describe. We actually have people who come from the show, they've just seen the show, and people ask them, what was it all about? And they have no idea. They can't put it into words, which is kind of funny. But we like to call it a blend of a lot of different things. There's a little bit of comedy, there's a little bit of music, a little bit of vaudeville as well, but it's all in an effort to connect with the audience, and that's what the whole show is about, is creating this sense of community in the room. So
let's talk about what exactly Blue Man Group is when you hit the stage, what it is people are going to see, what it is they're going to experience, because it's a very sensory experience, isn't it?
Yeah, there are tons of lights. It's a loud show. It is visually stunning, like you said before. We've actually just implemented a whole new lighting plot for this show, so it's pretty cool looking. But it's like I said before, it's such a blend of a lot of different things. The show starts off more of a quiet show to start off with, and it evolves musically into this whole humongous rock concert, and it ends with a dance party. So you will finish the show on your feet. That's guaranteed.
Now, you just talked about the new lighting, but does the show change from night to night in different ways as well?
Yeah, it's this show is more of an experience for the audience. You're seeing something that is unfolding in real time. We go on stage, and there is no fourth wall between us and the audience, and so we are basing that night's performance on the very specific energy that's coming off the people who've come to see the show. And so you really are seeing a unique event each time you come see the show, and that's why people come back, is that it's so different night to night.
Yeah, how many Blue Men are there in the Erie show?
There are three, always three per show.
That's what I've always seen.
Yeah.
Whenever I've seen either promotions or you see the video of it, you always see the three.
Yes.
And now the three behind you, none of them are you, but you know them all, right?
I do. Yes, it's funny. I see them behind me right now.
I was going to say, you said,
yeah.
As we were setting up, you were saying it was a little weird to see
I know,
guys
they're
you know.
looking at me right now, yeah. Those two of those guys are in Vegas. That's where I performed before I went on tour.
Now, those of you who are in the cast, you're actors, musicians, comedians, mimes, what's your background? And, as we were saying again, before we began the interview, how does someone end up a Blue Man?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I saw the show when I was living in New York, and I left the show wanting to know what was going on stage. And when the audition for me came along, it just came along at a good time, and I had some skills that made it a good fit. But it helps to have drumming skills, and it helps to have acting skills, but those things are not requirements for the job. I'd say the only requirement for the job is that you are in touch with your inner child. I mean, it's as silly as it sounds, it's actually true. When we go on stage, we're playing on stage. I say this a lot, it's like our destination is the same each night, but the journey to get there is different, and so you have to be open to the show sort of ebbing and flowing and going in different ways. And if you're in touch with your sense of play and your inner child, it really helps with that.
Well, talking about inner child, for those that aren't sure, is the show appropriate for kids?
Yes, absolutely. Kids go crazy. Yeah, we come out after the show to do pictures in the lobby as well, and that's a great time for the kids too.
I got to ask you this before we let you go.
Yeah.
What's the poncho section?
Poncho is a precautionary measure for things that might, for parts of the show that might erupt off stage. It's just a precautionary measure.
Okay. Finally, before we let you go, the when, the time, the where, because we want to let people know where they can catch you.
Yeah, we're doing tonight and tomorrow, the 19th and the 20th in Erie, 7:30 each show at the Warner Theater.
Fantastic. Ben Forster, Blue Man Group. We appreciate your time here tonight. Have a great time while you're in Erie.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. We'll be right back.